Next we move on to the next topic, waste generation, which is endless here. Even in different places it's a chronic problem. And also how to treat or treatment of waste. Okay, first let us, before going into the treatment, we need to know what kind of waste and what are the various types and the hazards that they cause. Now going to waste generation, we should first know what is waste. What do you call something that is a waste? It could also denote something that we call as garbage, trash, junk. All these are other words for waste, and any material that is unwanted and rejected, that only is called as waste. Okay, now going to the classification of waste. There are different types we can classify. The first one is based on the physical state. As we learn about matter, we learn about solids, liquids and gases. This classification, first number one, is based on physical state. Okay, so there are three types. One is solid waste, liquid waste and gaseous waste. So what are the types of solid waste that we come across in the domestic, that is homes, as well as in industries? We have cans, bottles, bags. All these come under solid waste. Liquid waste are sewage that comes from the domestic side, from homes also, and domestic, industries. Then you have waste from hospitals. All these come under liquid waste. Then there is also in the ocean nowadays we come across oil spills. These are all liquid waste. And now we go to the gaseous kind of waste. This we have due to our vehicles and other things. We do have oxides of nitrogen and sulfur. Then these actually come from the automobile exhaust. Not only this, you also have carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. This also comes from automobile exhaust. Besides this, you have CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons, methane and other hydrocarbons, which are also part of gaseous waste. Based on degradability, how it breaks down or how it decomposes, okay, we can divide into two. One is biodegradable and non biodegradable. See, sometimes when you have kitchen waste and other things, after some time it just decomposes, it breaks down into biomanure. How does it break down? It is broken down by microorganisms. So if it is broken down into microorganisms, then that is called as biodegradable waste. There are some which is not broken down. For example, you have plastic, which is a chronic problem everywhere, including the depth of the oceans. And then you have thermocol. These are the things and many more which are non-degradable. Based on the source of origin, we can divide the types as first one could be domestic. Thinking about domestic, we can say we have vegetable, fruit peels, leftover food, cans, bottles, etc. Okay. Next we move on to industrial waste. This is a wide range. Many industries with a lot of waste. So industries like cement, chemical industry is there, paper industry. Okay, all this can give rise to a lot of toxic chemicals like lead, mercury, arsenic, and many other metals can come from the industrial waste. Then the next one is agricultural waste. And when you talk about agricultural waste, we can divide them into two, biodegradable and non biodegradable. Biodegradable are things like husk, leftover grains, etc. Whereas non biodegradable are the pesticides and fertilizers. These are chemicals which don't break down so easily. Okay, so that is agricultural. Then we have waste from construction. See, whenever there is a building construction, something is broken down, something is built up, then you have because of breaking and building. So, what are the ways that we see here? We have broken bricks, tiles, then wood. It's all a pile of heap or just a pile of all waste and broken things are there due to construction. Okay. Next we have something from mining. Again there will be a heap of soil that affects the aesthetic of the place. Not only that, and it also makes it uneven and the level and the beauty of the place is completely gone. That is due to mining. Then we have something called hazardous or toxic waste. What do you mean by hazardous? Which means they are dangerous. Now sometimes very often we use batteries. For everything and anything we use batteries. Now where do we throw them? We just throw them out. They don't decompose easily and they also give out a lot of metals, again like lead and mercury comes out of this, and they don't and it is dangerous. Okay, so that is hazardous. These batteries are hazardous. Then we also have from industries we have heavy metals which are also dangerous. Okay, these also come under this one. Not only this, when you talk about hazardous, chlorofluorocarbons can be very dangerous. This comes from air conditioners and refrigerators. That again is hazardous in nature. Apart from this, when we talk about hospitals, we talk about biological laboratories, we have the pathogens, means disease causing organisms. These are also hazardous. In the laboratories, we have blood samples, urine samples, which are all hazardous. These are hazardous waste which we have to take care with. We have to really take utmost care to dispose it in the right manner. These are hazardous. Then we also have e-waste which cannot be decomposed. This is talking about computer parts, computers. Okay, then televisions, mobile phones, these come under the e-waste. Then we have radioactive waste. Radioactive waste give rise to radiations. This comes from X-rays, nuclear plants. In hospitals we have X-rays. Then we have nuclear power plants. These emit radiations which are very dangerous and can cause cancer. The last one is biomedical waste. This is a part or a type of hazardous waste, and in this we have not only the samples but we have needles, syringes which have to be taken care, and also biological samples like blood, urine, etc.